Hey guys, today I'm going to show you all how I clean my stamps. So I've got two different scrubbers. Reason being, I got this first one through Stampin' Up! Years ago. So you have to order it through a Stampin' Up! Demo, or you can order it online. I'll put a link in the sidebar to that. And this is all it is. It's got two sides for cleaning your stamps. And of course you probably won't be able to see it in the video, but they've got three little raindrops marked on the plastic here, so this would be your wet side. And then they've got a little umbrella symbol right there, so that's supposed to be your dry. So I've used that one quite a bit. And then my other scrubber, this is the double stamp scrubber, and this is made by, I think Prairie makes this. I got this one through All That Scraps, so again, I'll put the link in the sidebar. What I like about this one is it's white, so you can tell when it gets really dirty when it's time to clean it. And the inserts are foam backed and they just come out so easily. Like there's a little notch right here. And then this one doesn't come out, it's glued in. But being plastic, it's quite easy to wash it. Which reminds me, this one, that's one thing I don't like about Stampin' Up's ones, is these are plastic backed and there's little notches to hold them in. I've already broken one off, so it's a kind of a pain to get them in and out. Like this one holds the insert in a lot tighter, but it's kind of a pain to use, but I like the size of it and the fact that it's pretty flat so you can wash really big stamps. But anyway, so all I do when I'm using my stamps, I've inked it up, stamped it, whatever. This is just Tuxedo Memento black ink. I grab my stamp and scrub, and I either use Stampin' Mist, which you can get again through Stampin' Up! Because I bought that forever ago. A bottle lasts forever, and you can also get great big refill bottles, which I think you can refill it to 4 times. You can also make your own. That'll be the next video. I'll show you guys how I make my own stamp cleaner, but you just spray it on the one side, clean it off, and then dry it on the dry side, and you've got a perfectly clean stamp. Now, the other stamp cleaner I use is Ultra Clean. This is by Stuart Superior as well. This is the must-have stamp cleaner ever. This was the one I use when you've got stamps that are really, really stained. Like, I went and took this stamp and I covered it in Stays-On ink, which is permanent solvent ink, and normally it won't clean off very well. Like, scrub it just using the Stampin' Mist that I already sprayed on here. It will not remove permanent ink. That is the only drawback to the Stampin' Mist. It will not clean permanent ink. So you can see it's still stained up. Just take your Ultra Clean, just do a couple of light sprays. You can just mix it all together and swirl the stamp in there. So you can see it's starting to remove all of that permanent ink. And it's just a matter of getting it into the crevices. Sometimes it'll take a bit of elbow grease to get all of it out of there. But there you go. There's only a little bit left. But yeah, it will clear and clean off permanent stains. Like, I went through my stamp collection and I found this old, this is a Stampin' Up! Stamp that I've had forever, retired quite a long time ago. But this one's got Stays-On stains from years ago. Like, this hasn't, I couldn't clean it off. So even your old stained stamps, you can clean them off with the Ultra Clean. Just give it a good scrubbing. And obviously, even though you can wash these, when you're using a lot of permanent inks on here, it's going to stain this. Like, it doesn't matter. Most of it will wash out, but it will get stained. But yeah, look at that. I never use Stays-On cleaner. I find it kind of a pain to work with. Yeah, you can buy this. I think usually you can find it at Walmart and whatnot. I never use it. Like, I don't like the applicator. Like, that's annoying. You have to go like that to be able to clean it, and then have something to, you know, wipe it off. That's just, it's a pain to use, and that gets all gross. So I totally recommend the Ultra Clean. And I'll put a link to that in the sidebar as well. And with the Ultra Clean, you can get refill bottles as well. So again, 8-ounce refill bottles. You can refill the main one 4 times, but a bottle of this will last forever. Like, I usually only have to refill it maybe once a year, because what I've noticed with this, which is its only drawback, it's got kind of an oily residue to it, which is kind of irritating. So what I would normally do is I spray my scrub, and then I still spray some of my regular cleaner that doesn't have a residue, so that just cleans it up, cleans the stamp up a lot better, and you know, it doesn't have a residue on it anymore. So this, though, I find you only need to spray it, say, through a whole day, or even maybe once every couple days stamp, and it just seems to, it doesn't evaporate or dissipate like the regular one does. So say tomorrow I'm going to go stamp, I won't use this again. I might need to spray again with the Stampin' Mist just to wet it, and it'll still remove all the stains on my stamps, and it's good to go. And then last but not least, another thing I like to use for cleaning my stamps is just plain baby wipes. These are just the Kirkland brand. I got them a case of them at Costco. When you've got kids, usually you've got baby wipes on hand. And the reason I like those is when I'm using something like a pigment ink, because I think this is the Brilliance Graphite Black. And normally when you're using a pigment ink, because it's so thick, and if you had to press harder, and it's just lots of ink, and I don't like, after stamping it, there's still going to be a ton of ink on it. I don't like using my scrub right away, because it just, pigment ink gunks it up really quickly, and it just makes all the other stamps filthy. So I take some baby wipes and just wipe off as much of the ink as I possibly can. Just to get it as clean as possible. You can use just baby wipes to clean your stamps. Sometimes I'll do that, especially with large background stamps. I'll use just the baby wipes, but I like still using my scrubber afterwards, just because they've got ingredients in them like glycerin and whatnot that conditions the rubber. So I still give it a good little scrub in my scrubber, get it dry, and that's all there is to it. These cleaners are also good for clear stamps. Same idea. You scrub them in here, dry them, they're good to go. Even though with Ultra Clean, your clear stamps, they're going to stain regardless because of the polymer. It absorbs the ink. So while this will get off pretty much all ink, it will not remove the actual stains on clear stamps, but still, I can't recommend this enough. Everybody must have it. And in a little bit, I will upload my video showing you how you can make your own just regular stamp cleaner. So stay tuned for that.